emergency plans. Not because we're old, negative people, but because bad things do happen and we want to be prepared. And since we are traveling, our list may be a little different than yours, but everyone needs a contingency or what we call a plan B.
Yeah. And this shouldn't be a surprise anymore because we all know times are changing. And we all know that life can throw things at us pretty fast. So what we want to do is we want to try and help you have a simple plan in place. And
peace of mind.
It's not about living in fear. It's about giving you that, what you just said,
Peace of mind.
And so this is, in case of an emergency, your loved ones is up to speed.
So many of you may not feel comfortable discussing what will happen if God forbid something does happen. But relying on a prayer isn't a strategy. That's not it.
So the best way to protect your family and reduce panic and chaos is to have a clear, simple plan of action in place before the emergency happens.
Sure.
We've talked to friends and family, and we've realized that a lot of them don't have a plan B for unexpected emergencies.
Exactly. So that's the reason for this video. We just want to help you, hopefully help your family be a stronger, prepared team for each other for whatever may come.
Yeah. So let's get started on that.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what if the person what if you have one person who pays all the bills, does all the banking, does all that kind of good stuff. So what happens when they are either have an illness or, God forbid, are no longer on this earth? How do you know what's going to get paid? Do you have a checklist? You should have a checklist before anything ever happens of what needs to be paid, what needs to get done. So it's just at that time, it relieves the stress off of the other person that's taking care of the sick person or whatever. It's a simple checklist that can prevent a huge amount of stress at what could be a very scary time.
Yeah, you're talking about a simple roadmap.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a home emergency
Number
could be another thing that they have to worry about. Mm-hmm. And this one is simple and practical. What I'm going to tell you, if there's ever a fire in your home or you need to evacuate, ask yourself, would everyone know the fastest way out of your house? And number two, does everyone know your central meeting place that they should meet outside of the home, far enough away from the danger, but yet familiar enough for the youngest member of the family to easily locate it?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I remember when we were in the house, when we had our grandkids, you were always running them through what if something happens, and so to help them be prepared. So It's just, And number three,
if a family member is arrested or detained, panic and confusion, which we all do, only makes the situation worse, right? It turns a bad situation really bad. Your family needs a designated person that will remain calm under pressure.
Exactly.
They need to know, number one, who to call. Whether it's a bail bondsman, an attorney, this needs to be advanced planning. You can't just sit down and say blah, blah, blah. We believe in the 5 Ps. Prior planning prevents poor performance. So if you want to feel comfortable, plan these things in case of that emergency.
Okay, and number 4 is in a tragic event of an untimely death. So this is the hardest thing to think about, but it's the easiest thing to plan for if you're doing it when everybody is together. You don't have to, it's easy. So where are the documents? What are each other's wishes? I know what he wants, he knows what I want. Is it in writing? Do you have the banking? Do you have a checklist? Do you know where all the important documents are?
Now, they should know that the goal of talking about death is not a morbid exercise.
No, it shouldn't, because you're actually planning, you're being proactive, and it's
It's gonna help.
strengthens a family when you know exactly what each other wants and what needs to be done, and it ensures that the person that's left behind has a lot less stress on his or her shoulders because the other person has left their wishes, and to respect their wishes, it's just so much easier when you know what they want.
And it doesn't add extra stress to that grief or burden of grief that they're
No,
already going
it's, yeah. Anyway,
So really, what we're talking to you about, these things we just mentioned, this isn't about expecting the worst.
no.
It's about loving each other enough to be proactive instead of reactive.
And, you know, so get your family, your partner, your husband, wife together, your whoever, and sit down and create a checklist, you know, bills, you know, where's the wills, you know, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. Just know that you have a plan B will be such a relief knowing if something happens, you know where to go to.
And thank you for sitting through and watching us on this, you know. And don't forget to follow us, Travels with the Big Guy.
And we'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.